Welcome everyone back to the DLG. My name is Skip. I'm sorry I haven't been with you guys for the last couple of weeks, but that's because I didn't feel really good. I'm feeling a lot better right now. I get a lot of messages on Facebook, on my email. I even got one from Instagram. People wanting to know about the chapel of the Holy Cross here in Sedona. And I realized real quickly that I didn't really know a whole lot about the chapel. So I did a little bit of research and found it to be very fascinating. And there's some amazing and weird things about this chapel that I'm going to talk to you guys about. So stick around, guys. I'll be right back. So when I was doing the research for this place, I found out some amazing things. You know, Sedona has got a lot of mystique, a lot of mysteries. I discovered some pretty amazing things about this chapel. Not only is it beautiful, but it has some really, really weird history. There's even an alien connection here, guys. So just wait until you see what I discovered here. This is probably going to blow your mind. I know it blew my mind. This chapel was built by a woman named Marguerite. And she was Hungarian. Now when you talk to people here in Sedona about the chapel, you're going to get a lot of different stories. One of the stories I got from some of the locals around here was that this chapel was built by Frank Lloyd Wright. Another was that it was built by Lloyd Wright, Frank Lloyd Wright's son. But in reality, Lloyd Wright didn't have anything to do with this chapel. Marguerite had a vision back in Hungary that she was supposed to build this chapel. So she commissioned Lloyd Wright, Frank Lloyd Wright's son, oh, there goes an ambulance, to build it for her in Budapest, Hungary. But because of the outbreak of World War II, he enlisted into the military, and so the project was scrapped. So once World War II was over, Marguerite embarked on a personal mission, traveling all over the world looking for a location for her chapel, until she came here to Sedona. And she did find an amazing, very beautiful place. It's built on two bluffs overlooking Bell Rock and Courthouse Butte. So construction for the chapel was started in 1955 and completed 1 year later in 1956. So let's go ahead and go inside and have a look and see what we find. I think you're going to be amazed. So the chapel is right up there. But before we go up to the chapel, we're going to take a look at this amazing 9/11 memorial. We're going to have a little moment of silence. It's still September. So I wanted to come over here and have a look at this. Fitting tribute and memorial to the tragedy of 9/11 right here, Sedona Fire Department, number 6. We will never forget. So this rock formation right here is called the Madonna and Child. And if you look at it, you'll notice that it looks like a woman holding a baby. But the Native Americans didn't call it that. It was the Christians that called it that. Native Americans called it the Mother and Child. I keep wanting to call these Ocotillos. I think that that's what this is. I think that this is a form of Ocotillo. Pretty nasty cactus. I'd hate to fall into that. So from here, you can see a couple of vortex areas. You've got Courthouse Butte directly in front of us, and then it's a little bit to the right of that is Bell Rock, and then of course Cathedral Rock. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll know that we've hiked to the backside of Cathedral Rock before. And then right here is the chapel. So the story of the chapel is kind of interesting. Marguerite started scouring the globe until she found this particular location to build her chapel, and she knew immediately when she arrived that this was where she wanted to build this chapel. But what she didn't know is that this is a very sacred area for the Native Americans. This is actually a very strong vortex area that we're on right now. So when she came here and she felt that energy, she knew that this was the spot. So I don't know if you noticed that I'm using a little different format on my camera now. I've gone back to the smaller screen until I get a gimbal for this camera, or a better camera. This is what I'm going to be using. With the other format that I was using, the image stabilization was digital and it wasn't very good, so until I get a gimbal, this is what we're going to use. So right here is where this story gets a little bit odd. So I told you guys about some weirdness. Marguerite, she never really said too much about her vision and where it came from. That is until she asked for a sculptor to make a very interesting crucifix. Now, if you noticed in those photos or video that I took inside the chapel, you did not see a representation of Jesus hanging on the cross like you would in most Catholic churches. And that's because the original one was taken down. It actually inspired a lot of hostility, a lot of anger from people because Marguerite insisted that she was visited by Jesus Christ. And the representation of that Jesus Christ that she put on that cross was not the Jesus that we all know. It was more of an alien-like creature. And right about now on this video, you'll probably notice that I put something up. And these are photographs. Very difficult to find these photographs. And these are the only photographs that I could find online of the early representation. Now, the anger that people had about that Jesus hanging on the cross was so bad that she had it taken down, and they cut it up and buried it all around this property in different locations. And nobody really knows where it's buried, but it's right up in here somewhere. And I think that's just really weird. When we were in the gift shop there, I was looking for a book, photographs, even a reproduction of what that crucifix looked like. And it was a little dark in there, so you probably couldn't see. There were still hangers where the original one was hanging. But just like I figured, there's nothing in there. There was nothing in that gift shop to show representation of what that early Jesus looked like. And now that it's owned by the Catholic Church, I doubt very much if they're going to be showing that anytime soon. But like I said earlier, there's an awful lot of strange things, interesting things about Sedona and this area, where there's a lot of crazy and interesting things right here in Sedona if you take the time to look for them. And this is one of the weirdest. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching.